I don't think it's a conspiracy theory. I think that's obvious. Do a little homework. Dillon Gabriel broke a college record for most college starts or something, right? Like, it's just an insane number compared to Shedeur. So Shedeur eventually is more talented. But the other reason Shedeur is going to get a chance in Cleveland, make it or break it, all you have to do is look at the current 2026 NFL draft order. For the radio audience, I put in the top 12 teams.
Like, subscribe, and hit that bell.
Stop the tape. Sports media just saw something it almost never sees. Colin Cowherd went on record and walked it back. No spin, no dodge, no fake neutrality. After Shedeur Sanders stepped onto the field and systematically erased every criticism, the storyline collapsed in real time. The takes didn't just age badly, they combusted. Confidence cracked. Certainty evaporated. And one of the loudest skeptics was forced to reverse course in public. That apology wasn't closure. It was the aftershock.
For the Browns, I mean, to me, he's better than Dillon Gabriel. So I do think it puts into question, like, you drafted Dillon Gabriel in the 3rd round. Because Shedeur, the touchdown he threw to Judy, now granted, the Titans, he's wide open. That drive throw, like, I don't even think Dillon Gabriel can make it. And there is just some natural playmaker to him. I mean, the touchdown he threw to the tight end in the corner, that's a Colorado-type play.
Yep.
And he does just bring you some more explosive plays.
For a brief moment, the sports world froze. Like everyone blinked twice, refreshed their feeds, and checked for a glitch. This kind of moment usually belongs to solar eclipses, perfect preseason predictions, or refs actually admitting they missed a call. It just doesn't happen.
Or to get this kid, he's 6'5", big arm, wholesome. He's leading Indiana to the Big Ten championship. So Shedeur's going to get a run because Mac Jones, Kyler Murray's going to get paid by somebody. Daniel Jones getting paid by the Colts. So, this whole thing about Shedeur Sanders, I would take Shedeur Sanders because he's a 5th-round pick and he's basically free.
A certain loud, self-assured voice suddenly realized the ground beneath him wasn't solid, it was quicksand. The reason was simple. Shedeur Sanders turned the football field into a courtroom and submitted the evidence snap by snap.
What he showed in this game today, his resiliency, bringing that football team back, and doing what he had to do today, I think was a great step in terms of his game.
And if this is the baseline, Shedeur's in a good position.
What happened?
When?
Yesterday in Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh.
Shedeur Sanders got better.
A little bit.
Yeah. Everybody makes fun of him, saying, just look what happens if they get more time. Don't just know me in the middle of a game. Give me some time. See what we can do for a week.
This wasn't a nice game. This was a full character arc. No speeches. No subtweets. No clapping back. Just showing up, executing at a high level, and walking away while everyone else scrambled to rewrite a script they swore was finished.
But, like, you took another quarterback who clearly isn't even close to as talented as this guy. And your organization is, like, the Browns are a bad organization.
Yeah.
For a team that has some good players, they sure lose a lot of games. And the stories coming out, they're bringing Deshaun Watson back.
Oh.
It's like, what are we doing? I think that Shedeur is, at this point in time, it's going to be so loud that he's going to have to start the rest of the season.
Yeah.
He should, but it's like, clearly Stefanski was never on board.
You know the noise. The arm isn't strong enough. The competition isn't real. The hype is fake. The confidence is inherited. The last name carries the weight. Apparently confidence is only acceptable if it's quiet, apologetic, and delivered with your head down. Shedeur didn't buy into that. Or maybe he read it, laughed, and used it as fuel. Once the game kicked off, those takes spoiled instantly. The ball came out clean. Reads were sharp. Pockets collapsed, and it didn't matter. Throws landed where defenders could only watch. Drive stayed alive. Momentum never dipped. By halftime, excuses were already warming up. Every snap felt like a rebuttal. Calm, precise, undeniable. That's when it got uncomfortable. Because nothing rattles a hot-take machine like a quarterback who stays composed and keeps executing. No panic. No sideline chaos. Just a steady reminder that the analysis was loud and wrong. By the fourth quarter, you could feel the shift. Drafts paused. Phrases like "to be fair" and "what I really meant" started loading. The performance didn't ask for approval. It didn't wink at the camera.
That's going to judge Shedeur after this opportunity. That's bullshit. You can't
That's
do that.
BS, man. Don't judge
And also,
this
we
kid
give
off
Dylan
BS.
6 games. So even if the first couple of
Yeah.
Shedeur aren't great, like, you got to give him the same opportunity that you've given Dylan Gabriel before you compare the two and say, oh, he had a bad half.
Dylan
That's not
Gabriel,
better.
I mean,
because
but-
I'm with the Keith. You could see flashes. When I watch a game, I look and say, all right, maybe it didn't go great, especially the rookie, but I need to see a throw or two where I go, I can work with
Or
that. I
escape
can
or
win
two,
with that.
You know what I'm saying? Or
The pocket
just some
presence.
pocket
Yeah.
presence, just
Yeah.
something, you know what I'm saying? And shit.
Then came the apology moment. Not dramatic. No violins. No long monologue. Just a quiet adjustment in tone. Sports media's version of trying to put toothpaste back in the tube. And that's the beauty of it. Shedeur didn't demand it. Didn't acknowledge it. Didn't repost it with a caption. He moved on. Quarterbacks who are locked in don't check receipts, they create more. The irony is obvious. Confidence was the original offense. Being comfortable in who he is was the problem, until it worked. Funny how belief is called arrogance until the numbers show up, then it magically becomes leadership. And the haters? Not the casual skeptics. The committed ones. The film room philosophers who watched 2 clips and delivered a verdict. They spoke in absolutes. Now they speak in explanations. It's never that the player is good. It's the system. The defense. The moment. The alignment of the stars.
He's likable. He's selling merch. He's selling tickets. It's fascinating. It's talked about. There's no other reason to talk about the Browns. But if you go look at the draft order, supply cannot keep up with demand. And the NIL now, these kids like Dante Moore and Ty Simpson can make $4 million winning 11, 12 games in college. Why come out and get a nosebleed and get your brains beaten in? So the Giants will not draft a quarterback. And I think they're too talented.
Meanwhile, Shedeur kept doing the most irritating thing possible, improving. Adjusting. Leading. That's the real frustration. You can't dismiss growth without admitting you missed it. And missing hurts more than being wrong, especially when your job is supposed to be seeing everything. This performance didn't just quiet critics. It forced revisions. Forced context. Forced humility, a foreign language in sports media. Usually learned the hard way. What made it even funnier was how predictable it all was. The build-up. The doubt. The performance. The pivot. We've seen this movie before. A talented player proves he's talented. Opinions shift. Rinse. Repeat. The difference here was the poise. Shedeur didn't play like someone trying to prove people wrong. He played like someone who already knew. That's the part that messes with people. Calm excellence doesn't fit debate shows. And now the conversation changes. Suddenly it's about ceilings, futures, and potential. Funny how fast narratives upgrade.
He's doing. Right there. Guess what Shedeur is doing? He's giving his team a chance to win. Unbelievable, man. He scores 29, and the defense against Tennessee can't do a darn thing to stop him. I mean, this defense that has been lights out against so many other opponents. San Francisco being one that just leaps to mind recently. They didn't win, but boy. The Browns watch Shedeur come out with career high.
Everyone eventually arrived at the same place. Some took the highway. Some got lost. Some pretended they were always headed there. That's fine. The scoreboard doesn't care. The apology was never the headline. The performance was. The apology was just the side effect. The receipt. Proof that the loudest voices sometimes need the most evidence. And the best part? This isn't the end. This wasn't a finale. It was an episode that cut the music early. More games are coming. More pressure. More chances for narratives to rise and fall. Now everyone's watching, not to see if Shedeur can handle criticism, but to see how many more times he can make the conversation uncomfortable by doing the simplest thing in sports, playing good football.
They definitely think it's the most important for Shedeur Sanders. You look at the 4 opponents that they have, and 3 of them currently right now are in a slot to make the playoffs. When you look at the Chicago Bears, the Buffalo Bills, and the Pittsburgh Steelers, but a guy in Shedeur Sanders who has given everyone on this roster hope. And J-Mac, when you have a quarterback that can go out there and throw the football downfield and throw for over 300 yards and have touchdown passes, something that you are foreign to seeing this entire season, it gives you a sense of hope that you guys have a chance every single time that you step out there.
What changed wasn't film, stats, or competition. He stopped being theoretical. He became real-time. It's easy to critique an idea. It's much harder to critique a quarterback converting third downs while staring down pressure like it owes him money. And the funniest part isn't even the apology-adjacent energy. It's the sudden discovery of patience. Now development matters. Now experience counts. Funny how patience only shows up after someone proves they didn't need it. Before, every incompletion was a character flaw. Now mistakes are learning moments. Winning rewrites vocabulary. Shedeur didn't just play well. He controlled the environment. That's what rattles people. No forced heroics. No chaos disguised as confidence. Just calculated aggression. The kind that says, I know what you're doing, and I'm fine with it.
Thoughts this week. Let's go to the Cleveland Browns now. Shedeur Sanders had a really good performance on Sunday, a losing effort, unfortunately, against the Titans. In his third start of the year, Shedeur threw for over 350 yards. He had 3 touchdowns while running in another. Head coach Kevin Stefanski rewarded the rookie's performance by naming him the starting quarterback for the rest of the season. That's 4 games left. So, is Cleveland, though, the right place for Shedeur to continue his career? Kmart's back with us now. Kmart, you can go first. What do you think?
Honestly,
I spent a lot of time there, girl.
Leadership doesn't have to be loud. Swagger doesn't cancel preparation. Believing in yourself isn't a crime unless it disrupts the narrative. The goalposts kept moving, arm strength, decision-making, toughness, clutch. And he kept meeting them wherever they landed. That's the comedy. Skepticism kept leveling up, and he kept clearing it. The apology didn't feel dramatic because deep down, nobody was shocked. They just weren't ready to admit they were wrong this early.
The offensive rookie of the week, and we're doing flips and saying he's the guy, but I have had no indication from anyone in Cleveland or publicly from the Cleveland front office or coaching staff that they believe Shedeur is the guy. So yes, these games matter and it's good for Shedeur, but I don't know if Shedeur lights it up if he's necessarily going into the offseason as the firm number 1 in Cleveland. Guess what? That's okay, because I believe there would be a massive trade market for a guy on a 5th round salary and someone who has actually shown in NFL games that.
That's what happens when opinions are built on vibes instead of substance. Vibes don't survive pressure. They collapse when a quarterback starts winning chess matches snap after snap. The pressure wasn't just on the field. It lived in every segment, every debate, every raised eyebrow. Playing with expectations is one thing. Playing while people want you to fail is another. That pressure breaks players, or sharpens them. Shedeur chose sharp. Every huddle felt like confirmation. Confidence spread faster than doubt ever did. And once a team believes, narratives don't stand a chance. The shift from overrated to intriguing was hilarious. That middle ground lets critics breathe without admitting defeat. But intriguing invites more watching. More chances for this to happen again.
Like the way he was treated. I don't like the procrastination in terms of getting him some reps that he needed before he was thrown into a game in the third quarter when Dillon Gabriel went down. I don't like the hesitancy on the part of Kevin Stefanski in naming him the starter for the rest of this season when you know you got nothing to lose and all you're trying to find out is what he can bring to the table. I don't like him being pulled out of the game on 2-point conversions, especially when you're intending to throw the damn football. I don't like any of the stuff that I've seen.
He didn't rush. Didn't panic. Didn't chase highlights. He let the game come to him, then dismantled it. That's not hype. That's control. And control terrifies people who thrive on chaos. Calm excellence kills content. Now the obvious conversation circles back. Some sprinted there. Some crawled. Some swear they were always standing there. Shedeur just kept moving. No victory tour. No reminders. The film speaks. And this won't be the last time. Tougher defenses are coming. Bigger stages. Louder critics. Higher stakes. And with every level, the takes reset, ready to be tested again.
And the Bills, etc.
Shedeur played really good this past weekend. And I don't care the opponent. He did a lot of the things in an improved way that were his flaws or warts. And let's live in the hypothetical world where I don't think he's one of the quarterbacks under the most pressure just for this week. I think it's for the next month. I think that Shedeur has the opportunity here. If he plays this next month like he did this past Sunday, I think he makes Cleveland go, we're not going to.
The funniest part won't be the touchdowns. It'll be the weekly recalibration. The careful wording. The pauses. The silence where certainty used to live. The nods pretending doubt were always part of the plan. Shedeur doesn't need the final word. The game already gave it to him. He didn't chase validation. He stacked evidence until the conversation ran out of exits. That's the most frustrating dominance of all, the calm kind. So the real question isn't whether this was a moment. It's whether anyone learned before the next one arrives.